A familiar face here at 25 News, our friend who has an important story to share this Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Katie Cox was 30 years old when she found out she had breast cancer, and it was during her battle she found comfort in connecting with others around her age who were also fighting that same battle. And now Katie has her own Facebook group that's helping dozens of women. Katie, thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having
appreciate
me.
you. So Katie, just talk about when you found out you had cancer and what was kind of going through your mind at 30 years old.
How, how, why? And, when it got to a point where I knew that I was going to need to do chemotherapy, that's when I knew I needed to connect with others. And that's when I reached out and sought support in person at first, and then some online groups. And when I moved back to the Peoria area, I found this amazing opportunity in bringing people together in a private Facebook group. And there are so many benefits to it. There are a lot of things that are very intimate and personal that people want to ask and connect at 11 o'clock at night or 6 o'clock in the morning when they're available. And that is one of the blessings of this, having the private Facebook opportunity, is that we can share these things and share the fear and the worry and what's it like to raise young kids or date, going through a diagnosis. Those are all things that worried me.
And so now you have your Facebook page, and that is helping a lot of women here locally.
Yeah, so we have over 200 women in the central Illinois area. So I do try to keep it at young women diagnosed under 40. I mean, let me be clear, any diagnosis, all cancers, all illnesses, any age sucks. But I think that everything is a little bit different, and being diagnosed under 40, often it's more aggressive. And again, the thought of going through a chemotherapy treatment can impact fertility. And, I was single, and I'm like, how am I going to date and have this conversation? I've had this intense surgery and this scary thing happen. Those are the kinds of things that people can talk about together, but privately. And that is really, really awesome. And I did decide Central Illinois because we can share similar resources, women diagnosed under 40 in the Central Illinois area, we're often seeing the same, going to the same medical facilities or seeing the same doctors, and can ask questions constructively and in a positive way.
And what can you expect on that page? What are women, asking for and reaching out for?
Yeah, so we definitely keep each other posted on different events and awareness and resource opportunities. As you know, we're so lucky to have Susan G. Komen here. So we certainly share things like the Patient Treatment Assistance Fund that need, if somebody needs financial resources. But we're also talking about tattoo. Sometimes tattoo work is part of the reconstructive process. Again, not something somebody wants to just post out on a public Facebook page. Fear, looking for guidance. I mean, we're not sharing medical advice, but saying, hey, consider asking this at your next doctor appointment, or I have been through something similar, and here's what helped me. But always make sure to talk to your doctor. And that's what I love, because everybody ends their insight and advice with, but make sure to talk to your medical professional about that.
And lastly, Katie, did you have any warning sign at all at 30 years old? How did you know?
I did, and I can tell you it was not a lump. Everybody thinks it's a lump, and there's actually 8 warning signs. I'd say my most prominent one was I had pain for about 6 or 7 months that I ignored because I was so busy. And I didn't know if it was cancer, how was I going to afford that, which is a whole other conversation. But there are resources. Stay on top of it. Listen to your body. And it's, talk to your medical professional. It doesn't mean that you have breast cancer, but it is worth having a conversation and looking into, because I told a friend and finally went to the doctor. I was able to be diagnosed at an early stage and treat my cancer.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Katie, for being with us. We love you. You rock.
Thank you.
And if you or someone would like to join us on Talk of the Town, go to 25newsnow.com/community. Go to the Talk of the Town tab and submit the form.